All right, hey everyone. I want to talk to you a little bit about governance topic today. If you're not familiar with the term governance, this is the work of what in normal organizations would be the board or the board of trustees, how they oversee the organization. So when you say the word governance, meaning the overseeing, not the running of an organization. So uh, these principles could be followed in nonprofit, even for profit settings, in churches, ministries, things of that nature. So, what I want to give you today is five key responsibilities for the chair of the board. Uh, I have been on many boards, and I consider that part of my ministry, how I serve. I serve on several boards. I've been the chair. I'm the vice chair of another organization, about to be the chair, and I have been on smaller and I've been on larger boards. And every board, like any organization, has good things they can grow in. But hopefully, if you are on a board or if you're the chair of a board, um, hopefully you are growing in exercising good governance principles and good best practices for boards. It's a big responsibility. Hopefully, you read about it, and hopefully, you are doing what really should be done as a board member. Uh, I'll be recording more videos to come, but today I just wanted to focus a little bit on five quick things that chairman or chairwoman, or sometimes they call president of the board, need to have. Number one is the chair is really supposed to be teaming up with the executive. So usually the president or CEO of the organization, they usually should be collaborating with the chair to strategize, to make sure that they're on the same page. Remember, the chair is representing the board. The executive, the CEO, is representing their C-suite and the organization. Now, both of them together cannot make final decisions. It has to come from the board, but they have to do a lot of the thinking together. They have to kind of be on the same page. So when they come to the board meeting, they're on the same page, hopefully. So a lot of times I see board chairs or board presidents just show up for the board meetings every 3 months, etc. It's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be an interaction. I think in a healthy relationship, there should be definitely monthly touch bases or meetings, or maybe even more frequent. So, number one, team up with the executive. It's your responsibility. Number two is be part of preparing the agenda or prepare the agenda. The board meeting is the responsibility of the chair of the board. Now, if it's a bigger organization, the staff or the executive team could present an agenda, but ultimately it's the chair who's supposed to uh, look over the agenda, craft the agenda, and make sure that they agree with everything. So in smaller boards, when I'm the chair or when I'm assisting the chair, we craft the agenda from A to Z, and in bigger organizations, the staff prepares the agenda. It's usually more extensive. Um, and here's a lesson I learned. Uh, Agendas are key, and the statement that I heard one time, it says, boards eat what you give them. Boards eat what you give them. Yes, the board has final authority on everything, but if you present the board something, it's they're gonna go in that direction to discuss it and then make a decision on that. So whoever is preparing the agenda really has a huge responsibility and a big influence on the direction of the organization. So if you're the chair, take that responsibility seriously. God put you in this role in this season to be the chair or to be the president. Get that agenda healthy, looking good, and make sure it is when you get to the meeting, you've had the meetings before the meeting, so you're not coming in and having explosions and fireworks in the meeting. So agenda has to be carefully crafted. Number three, make sure all the voices are heard. So when you're the chair, you're already gonna have a big voice in the agenda. You're gonna have you're gonna have you would have talked to the CEO, etc. So when you get to the board meeting, your goal is to lay out the issues, and you want to make sure everyone is heard. The goal is not for you to speak the whole time. I've been or have attended some boards that the chair is speaking 80% of the time, and at the end, there's any questions. That's not a board meeting. That's a dictatorship. That's very unhealthy governance. You're there to hear the rest of the board speak and the board members. And if there's somebody who is more on the quiet side, maybe you can ask them what they mean. If there's an issue you'd like to hear from everybody, say, hey, is it okay if I hear from everybody on this issue real quick? Unless it's a big board, that would take forever. So get to the board meeting and make it a point to hear everyone. Hopefully you have the humility to know that there's strength in different opinions, and this is why boards are there, to offer good input, good governance, and exchange of ideas. All right, number four. This is a fast one, but so many times it doesn't happen. Start on time and finish on time or early. Don't go late. If the meeting's starting at 10, don't be chit-chatting from 10 to 10:05. That's not professional. That's not good vibe. This is a board meeting is a business meeting. Uh, um, a board meeting is not a time where we can go and just have a prayer. I love prayer. I spend time in prayer. Group prayer is great, but a board meeting is not a prayer meeting. For example, a board meeting is not a chit chat. I love chit chat. I love to connect. That's the bedrock of my whole leadership philosophy. But a board meeting is a business meeting. So we start on time. We have an agenda, and we finish on time. If you finish at 12, if it says 12, don't. It's not 12:01. It's 12. Just get it done. Make it happen. All right. And number five, you as a chair, you have to make sure there's good governance principles being followed. So learning governance is, you could read books and books about it. And you can even have a master's degree in it. One of my dear friends in our organization has a master's degree with governance. So learn good governance skills. I'm just going to mention three of them. Are you having an executive session? What is an executive session? This is when the staff and the CEO steps out, and this is usually toward the end of a board meeting for a certain time. In one of the boards I'm in, usually we have every 3 months a whole day worth of meetings. The last hour is without the CEO. It's just the board members. There are no staff present. This is very important from a governance principle standpoint. So you can talk freely without the executive hearing it. Number two, um, the board meeting is for board members. It is not for the staff. The staff and others are invited guests. I've been to board meetings where the staff and the guests and they're all chit-chatting with board members. This is not good governance principle. Board members have been elected. They're the ones who vote. They're the ones that are supposed to be speaking. Now, the chair or others could be invited to share some things, but there's not proper governance to have everybody part of every conversation. Now, you can structure it that way. I don't think, if you want people to be part of every discussion, then let them be a board member, let them be voted in. But it's not good governance because the board is supposed to uh, provide accountability to the staff. So if you have the staff in every discussion and in every setting, then is not healthy. So if you take the mental picture, and the healthier boards that I've seen is the board meets in the center, the staff is like sitting outside. So physically, it is communicated that you don't speak unless you're asked to speak. If you're not a board member, and the chair has to enforce that. And then finally, Robert's Rule of Order. I know a lot of them are archaic, etc., but a lot of them are a must. If you don't like them, come up with some other rules of order. How do you conduct things? How do you put a motion on the floor? How do you second? How do you have discussion? That way, everything is conducted properly. I hope this helps. And if you are in on a board, I think you're doing a great service and a great work to the kingdom if it's a ministry. So kudos to you, and I hope you all the success. I wish you all the success. Thanks.